Hello Antique and Garden Showcase friends, and welcome back to the channel. I'm walking over to the east side because there have been some changes that have been made slightly. It's looking a little better. Well, the east side went under a huge transformation with the two trees gone. The magnolia was here. I've had one pile of dirt here. I've already got part of the new landscaping blocks. Now I know the colors. I used some older ones and some newer ones, but these will eventually fade out. So I'm trying to berm this up, which was the whole idea to begin with, because we want to we have kind of a low area here where the yard drains and water, we want to make sure the water runoff follows a natural path down the hillside. So we got this bermed up. I've got a bunch of this dirt moved today. We had some old, we used these were some concrete pieces that came in a shipment of some other concrete stuff as edgers in there, and I've hated them ever since they've been in there. So I yanked those out today. I don't know where they're going, but they're gone. I can't stand to have that look up against the house. So as you can see, it just takes a nice scallop all the way around. I'm going to do the same thing down through here. It's going to cut in close to the chimney, and I'm going to take, if you remember the little stone bench that I brought from our farm, our former farm, we had a several acre farm for many years, and my grandmother had put this little bench together right here. So we're going to take the stone bench up, and it's going to go in front of the chimney, just in case. I don't want to have the chimney blocked, in case we need to get service up there or something. It is a wood burning chimney, so you need to get somebody on the roof to clean every once in a while and whatever else. So bench will go here. This is going to stay, and I'm going to take, there are scallops back there, but it has overgrown that area. I'm going to move that bed out and curve it into this. This is going to stay the same. Plants are going to change a little bit in here. I'm going to do some shade loving things through here. Down here is going to change. You can see there's a new addition. That is my weeping white spruce. It came in today. I'm going to take this bed out. It's going to curve out and around almost like the driveway island over here on this side. And I may take a curve around the back of the fence as well. So a little bit of progress going on the east side, and lots of changes. But this hot weather, I'm telling you what, this has been a project to try to move dirt and level and whatever. And I've been doing it all by hand. I didn't rent any machinery or anything like that. Really, machinery would have almost gotten in the way here. So anyway, that's a little update on the east side project. Well, friends, it is now 3 days later, and it is oppressively hot on the first day of summer here in Kentucky. And I have not gotten anything else done with the East Side project. That's pretty much on hold until this weather breaks a little bit. I mean, we're talking high 90 heat index, and the humidity is so hot. It's like being slapped with a hot, wet blanket when you go out here. And I think the poor air conditioning unit's taking 30-second breaks between cycles. It's really, seriously, it is pretty warm for the first day of summer. So I want to talk to you a little bit. We're going to change pace from the outside, because the outside world out here is melting, including me. And we're going to talk a little bit about the successes of the first year of being an appraiser with an auction company. So here are some of my top 5 picks from the last 12 months. I thought I would start this section by talking about the very first picture I ever took with the auction company, and this is it. It's a pretty rough looking Pyrex green bowl that had some scratches and whatever on it, but I was told to photograph and describe this as my very first piece. So if you ever wondered what the first piece I ever cataloged for the auction was, this is it. And if you ever wondered what my first really successful piece was, it was this piece of Waco pottery from Waco, Kentucky here. It's a local pottery out in the Bybee, Kentucky area, and this piece was sort of rare in the color. It brought $195. I thought this was pretty neat for my first high dollar piece. Next was more of a unique piece. This is a Leo Ward Bluebird of Happiness, but this was one with a single bud vase attached to it. I have not seen these very often, and actually I bought this piece at the auction after cataloging it because I just love the uniqueness of this Bluebird of Happiness. One of the things the Ashford Institute of Antiques taught me was that you always call the item what it is, where it's at. I found these two Lalique pieces, the dove and owl, in a home that typically wouldn't look like a home that would have these types of collectibles. And you serve what you have there, and these brought really decent prices for those in our area. Some things just have interesting backstories, and this particular piece has one good one. We were working in a home, and there was a kitchen canister set, and the canister set, I was told to just photograph it with the contents in it and just let it go. Well, when I opened the canister set to photograph it, I noticed a piece of plastic sticking up, and when I grabbed hold of that piece of plastic, out pulled a bag of diamond and gold jewelry. Well, it was not the only one. There were bags in each one of those canisters, and by the time we got done, we had several pieces of gold and diamond and fine jewelry. And this solitaire necklace was one that was there, which I actually purchased this piece, and very nice quality pieces were in there. And can you imagine if we had just photographed the canister set without checking? Someone would have gone home with truly a treasure chest of things. I will always say that this will be my first true find of identification as an appraiser. We were going through some things, and I was given this lot of glasses and told to just put it all together, and as I went through, I noticed that this was something that deserved its own shot because it was a rare 1940s aluminum Kentucky Derby glass, and that glass brought us in better money than sterling silver julep cups on that particular auction. So it was my very first super find at auction. This piece will always be special to me because this is not the first time that I've seen it sell. This piece was originally bought by my uncle, who was in the antique business many years ago in the 1990s, probably about the time I was getting out of high school. He had a shop in the neighboring town, and he sold this piece. The person who purchased the piece from him then passed away, and we had her estate. I happened to recognize the piece, did some research, found out that yes, this truly was the piece that my uncle sold in the 90s, and had the opportunity to buy it back. So this piece now resides in my home, and I'm really glad to have found that and to have this as part of my collection. And in our most recent auction, I was going through a bunch of jewelry and just happened to go through some men's jewelry and found this 14 karat gold and diamond money clip, or I guess it could actually be a tie clip as well. Anyway, it was signed Lindsay and 14K. This piece did really well at auction. As you can see, the final price was $310 on that tie clip or money clip. Thank you all for joining me this week on Antique and Garden Showcase. I've got the sprinklers running to try to save the plants out here in this heat a little bit, and I will see you soon in the next one. I hope you all have a great week and hope it's cooler where you are. Bye, friends.